Hey, how you guys doing? This is your boy Amari. I'm still here at the Big Apple Con. And yes, as I told you guys before, I always have the best guests on my show. And this gentleman is no exception to that statement. It's not a fact, it's the truth. I always make sure to bring the best people around because they will bring out the best in you. I'm here with the one and only, the legendary Marc Thompson. How you doing, Marc?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great, man. Thank you so much for being here on this wonderful day. And thank you so much for coming here to spend time with the fans. So I want to know a little bit about your origin story. How did you get started with acting and especially specifically voiceover work?
Acting, I was always kind of into like show choir, jazz choir, and musicals in high school. So it was basically high school I got bit by the performer's bug. And then when I decided to study that in college, and when I started studying in college, there was an audition for voiceover on MTV. And I called in, and I left a voicemail on an answering machine, and that was enough to get me in the door. And then I ended up getting cast on a show called Daria, which was a spin-off of Beavis and Butthead. And then from there, it just kind of snowballed, and I started getting recommended for other shows, and I've been doing it for almost longer than 20 years now. So.
I still remember Daria. That show was great. What character did you play on Daria?
I played Kevin, the football player. All right, then, cool. And I play Mr. DiMartino with the eyes, like Daria Morgendorf. And then I played Mr. O'Neill, the values teacher, who's like, oh dear, let's all use our inside voices.
Wow, that's amazing, man. So I see you moved on from American animation to doing Japanese animation. So what was your first anime role?
My first anime role actually was Pokemon. I auditioned from that. I think that was a backstage ad. So I just answered an ad in the paper and started doing like a guest villain and then creatures here and there. And I've been doing it ever since. So it's been a long, long time with Pokemon.
For the record, though, I do enjoy your performance as Kid Muscle and you as Duke Devlin. And also, I enjoyed you as Casey Jones. Like, you really brought Casey to life.
Hey, thanks, man. We got to bash some purple dragons. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Casey Jones was a huge deal for me because I grew up as a fan of the originals. So it was a big deal when I got to do that part.
Dude, you did great honor and justice to Casey Jones because I can definitely hear that super New York accent. That's why I love to hear from voice actors from New York City. I'm not discriminating against the people from other parts of the country, but I'm always going to show love to the people who are from New York. They're always number one in my heart. But that's just my opinion. Don't cancel me for it. So I see that you worked on Transformers Cyberverse and you played Megatron. What was that like for you to step into the shoes of Frank Welker?
Yeah, that was another huge one for me because again, like Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, Transformers, these were all shows I watched growing up. So the chance to get to participate in them on the other side of the lens or the microphone was a huge deal for me. So Megatron's a big deal, and my sons love Transformers as well. So I was really excited to do it and kind of get some bonus points maybe in their eyes. So.
Well, when you played Megatron, did you study any historical figures to make your version more menacing than Frank Welker's? Because that's a pretty high bar to measure up to.
No, his performance is pretty much seared into my brain, so I was heavily paying homage to him, and then maybe a little bit of who did it in the films?
Hugo Weaving.
Thank you, Hugo Weaving. It was a little bit in there as well. So.
See, guys, that was a trick question, but he answered it perfectly. He gave the right answer. We all love the version Frank Welker does, and he just did a rendition of his own. That's cool, man. That's cool. What are you working on right now?
So I do a lot of narration for the Star Wars audiobooks. So I've been narrating the High Republic series for Penguin Random House. So we have a new one of those coming out soon. And then I've also been doing a show on Netflix called Karma's World. I'm Chef Scott on that. There's also a show on Netflix called Bread Barbershop, and I play a talking piece of bread. So if you want something silly, you can check that out. And I'm still doing stuff on Pokemon.
Will we see you in any live-action productions for a TV show or a movie?
I mean, I would love to. I tend to not get as many auditions for that. I've found more success in voiceover, but I would love, if any directors are watching, I would love to do something live in person. So.
Okay, that's cool. Well, Mark, I just want to say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. So if anybody wants to contact you for work, what's the best way for them to go about doing it?
I'm on Twitter as Captain Ehud and Instagram as Captain Ehud, and on Facebook I'm just Marc Thompson, spelled with a C, M-A-R-C.
Remember, it's with an M-A-R-C, not a K. Mark, thank you so much for being here, man. I hope to see you here again next year at this wonderful show. Keep kicking butt and taking no prisoners.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Thank you really for being here, truly. All right, guys. Until next time, I'm going to move on to the next superstar. Bye-bye.